There are no tech problems. We just needed to take pictures. Sorry, guys. Hi. Hi, Pam.
Hey, Dina.
Welcome back, everybody. Sorry we missed you yesterday. Hope you all had a happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yep. I need coffee, Dina. I'm sorry.
I know.
We don't have first hot coffee today.
Really?
Hot. Yes.
You didn't have in the morning?
Mm-mm.
Well, I'm drinking water. I don't know. It's hot out there today. Got some layered knits on.
I know. You must be very hot.
Actually, right now, I'm actually comfortable because of the air conditioning. Yes. But ice cold water is always good. Did everyone have a lovely weekend? Has everyone been busy knitting?
Did you knit?
I know Pam's been knitting. Look at her new FO.
It's only because there are no sleeves, Dina.
Come on, it looks fabulous.
Otherwise, I'd be stuck on Sleeve Island.
If there was like a round of applause, like if we can actually have sound,
I
think everybody would be cheering you on.
Well, that's very sweet.
I can't read the comments, but let's.
Hi, ladies.
Hello.
So happy to see you.
Thank you. Hi, Marilyn. No, we didn't have tech problems. Not today.
We always have tech problems. You know that. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you all enjoyed a longer weekend.
I know I did.
You did? Good. Maybe win some parades.
It's funny. We got a notification that there was going to be a parade in town.
Yep.
And our old tradition used to be that
we used to go with
walk into town and have the kids line up with the little flags.
Yep.
And by the time we got there, first of all, there was nobody. Yes.
Oh, that's a shame.
11:30.
Could be. Well, if you're not there when it passes, if you're not there when it passes by, we used to take the kids in the strollers with the flags. And then when they were a little older, the girls would march with the Girl Scouts.
Aww.
But, and then we would go, and then it was like a whole thing. We'd go to the fireworks on like a Friday night. Then we go to the parade. And then we would go to the preserve. We would go to the preserve and have a picnic.
Nice.
Those days are gone, though.
Well, it was very weird because by the time we got to town, like I said, they were taking,
everything was down.
Everything was
down.
Shame. The cars were going through. I'm like, wait a minute. It didn't happen already, did it?
Missed it.
It was very strange.
What day was that? Saturday?
That was
it Saturday?
Monday morning. Yeah. So we ended up going up to Peekskill. We spent the night there.
Mm-hmm.
We went hiking in Bear Mountain.
Oh, that's nice.
Which was a lot of fun, except for, have you ever used those like Trails apps?
No.
I think it's called All Trails. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Well, the kids are really into it. And my son, Zach, is like, use All Trails. This is a good hike. So we find the one that we want. I think, he gave us a selection. P.S. You go to click on the actual trail. I don't know if it's because we weren't subscribers or not. They don't actually give you the...
Do they have like a code, like,
no.
the QVC code that you
No. I mean, they're just different trails, and you pick the one you want based on level of intensity, time, etc. Right. The problem is that they don't take you to the trail head.
Oh, to the start of
the actual
the end
start
of the trail or the start?
The start.
Oh.
So we ended up at Fort Montgomery, like the museum, and it was odd because we pulled up and the gate was closed and it said opens at 1:00, and we're thinking this is so weird. It's a holiday weekend. Why would they open the trail at 1?
Yeah.
Turned out it was the museum.
Right.
P.S. It wasn't the trail. We walked for like an hour and a half. It was supposed to be a 3-hour.
Oh, you weren't on the trail?
No.
Jeez. You're lucky you didn't get lost.
But there was a bathroom in the museum. So
that was
good.
It's crucial. Someone says, Pam, can you stand up and twirl? I will. When I show the piece, I'll get up and twirl. I'll do a twirl.
Doesn't she look great? She's wearing the loop tee. You just
tee.
Can't wait, and you're jumping out of your seat.
I put it on Ravelry, and I said, well, okay, I started it in May, and I finished it in May.
How do you like them apples?
Well, again,
made in May.
There were no sleeves.
Fabulous.
There were sleeves, I'd still be knitting.
It looks great. Everyone is saying hello, Canada. Hello from California. Hello from Texas.
I don't know if I have allergies, but my throat is scratchy. And when I was at school today, they were mowing the grass, and it was
definitely allergies.
So it's hot bad. Coffee feels good on my throat because it feels like prickly. That's just half and half. The fat.
Looks good. Anyway, so yes, and then we went to visit my brother.
Which brother?
Joe. He was out east.
Oh,
in
out
the
east.
Hamptons.
So you went out
so
east.
We drove from Peekskill.
Oh, out east.
Came home, showered, picked up my mother.
Oh my God, that's some driving. Jeez.
Got home.
Did you come back that night?
We did.
Oh my God.
We were going to sleep over, but then we had that shower.
That's right.
Not shower. Excuse me. Engagement party in New Jersey. And we were just so worried that the whole time there would be traffic. Well, let me tell you, round trip, both ways, no traffic.
From Jersey.
Yes. It was funny because I was knitting the hat.
Jersey weekend.
Paramus.
That's not too big.
No, but usually right over the bridge. But usually with
did you take
Memorial
the GW?
Day, yes, Memorial Day traffic. It's usually an hour and a half.
To get there?
It said an hour and 15. They shaved off 15 minutes, making good time.
Then we go to Jersey all the time. When I go to see my brother, he's 75 miles. You could be in the car for 2 hours. 75 miles.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
It's long. Yeah. So the joke is, I was telling Pam, gosh, it's going to take so long to drive to the engagement party. I said, I wonder if I'll finish this hat. So she said, make lemons out of lemonade. You'll finish the hat, with all the time.
And you did, but you didn't because
I didn't finish. Traffic. I had no traffic, so I didn't finish the hat.
You had time to come home and do it.
I did. So anyway, that was that.
Dina did a lot of traveling.
Yes, I did. It was a lot of time in the car.
I stayed local. I was in town. I just went to.
You went to Audrey.
Oh, well, that's true. I did go to Queens.
What did you do there?
A story. Nothing. We sat around for a little bit, and then we went and had lunch.
Did both you and Andrew go, or just you?
No, Emily came. No, Emily with the girls went.
Fun.
It was a girls' day. Girls, a couple of hours. Then we went and had something to eat, and we went to Home Depot because Emily needed to buy her vegetables, her tomato plants.
Did they have?
They had. Selection? We went to the one on Northern Boulevard in Astoria.
Oh, you didn't go out to 40.
No,
40.
The plants they had were gorgeous.
Really?
They had such plants. Vegetables, flowering plants. They had everything. You name the plant. They had succulents. They had bushes. It was fabulous.
That's great.
I was thinking today I should have gotten a plant to take to the cemetery because I like to do that, and a lot of times you can't find one.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, we'll have to go get another one. But anyway, so it was lovely. And Emily was overwhelmed because, when I used to have, when I had the house and we were planting, you'd go to those, and you couldn't make up your mind what you wanted. You wanted to make planters, you wanted to make,
It's so funny. I've been looking at my plants and I'm just giving up this season.
You're not doing it?
I didn't plant seedlings. Now I'm thinking it's too.
You don't have to do seedlings.
It's not too late, right? If I wanted to get starters, just like plants that have already.
Well, Emily she bought the plant.
Plant already.
She bought the plant. Yeah, she bought some tomatoes, some cucumbers, and she might have bought what else would you buy? Something tomatoes, peppers maybe, and then
green peppers.
I don't know.
I find that when I do the green peppers, they have like a bite that
bites them. I don't know what kind she bought. And then she bought the basil, the herbs. My
sister-in-law, shout out to Michelle. She made the most delicious salad.
Yes, what'd she make?
Watermelon basil with crumbled feta.
Oh, you see that on Instagram all the time.
My goodness, it was so good.
Yes.
What a refreshing salad. You
guys,
was a delicious look salad. It up. It was so good. With champagne vinegar. I've never heard of that. Like champagne vinegar dressing. It was nice.
Going over there.
I know. She made such a great meal.
So anyway, I did that. And then I went to the bakery with Kathy on Saturday, which was lovely. We did that.
Nice.
And that was it. That's what I did.
So I have a beef about my commute this morning. What is it with everyone and traffic? Or it wasn't even traffic. I'm happy-go-lucky.
Tuesday. What happened?
Driving to work. No one's on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driving at the speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's honking me from behind.
Why? Because you weren't going fast enough?
I'm not going fast enough. We're in a local town road. I mean, how fast can I go? People crossing the street without a street.
They're very impatient. The LIE on Sunday was like a raceway going into Queens. You should have seen the way they were driving.
Just crazy. So then we get in front of the deli, like, with the light down below. Mm-hmm. And I'm going straight. There's a left turning lane. So of course he gets beside me on the left turning lane and he starts waving his hands at me.
You weren't going fast enough.
No,
Dina, were you knitting when you were driving?
I was not. I was just driving peacefully on my way to work. Meanwhile, my old mailman Abe is walking, delivering mail, and I'm waving hello to him. And he came over. I'm like, this guy's upset with me.
Crazy.
He's
Those
like,
people are
too
nuts.
bad, you know?
People are nuts.
People are crazy.
They're crazy. It's like, you can't do anything. Just let them go.
I don't know why everyone is so on edge. I think we all need to just take a deep breath and slow down.
Well, I mean, like, well, listen, who knows where he was going? Where could he have been going? It could be something
he's
important,
just one.
but still.
I almost encounter that every single day.
Do you really?
Yeah. Train station, picking up Els at the train. Whoa.
Oh, well, people are crazy at the train station.
Oh, my goodness.
They're crazy at the train
Nuts.
station.
Nuts. Anyway, Scylla saying, so awesome. Casting on next. She
What
loves
is she
your
casting on?
The loop
the
tee.
loop tee. Yeah, this would be good for you
Perfect.
in California.
Perfect.
Syl, this would be great for you. Wait till you see the detail when I stand up.
Lots of pollen flying around. Yes, we definitely know that. Hello from your
You know
camping
that when
friend in California.
You get in the car and you could use the windshield wipers to brush the pollen off the windshield.
Say again?
When you get in the car and there's so much pollen on the windshield that you can use your windshield wipers to brush it off.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Nasty.
And the peonies were opened by me this weekend, which I love peonies, but it always makes me so sad when they fall down.
They last like no time at all.
A day.
It's crazy.
They blossom, and then we had rain, and they were down on the ground.
I was at the florist, and I'm like, those peonies smell so good. She's like, don't get them. They
Is that right? Yeah,
because once they
That's
open,
I know.
Yeah, like the roses will last at least almost a week.
Yeah, the roses are lovely. I love roses, and they had beautiful roses at Home Depot too.
Really?
Oh, gorgeous.
Nice. Well, hello. They need a chill pill. I agree, Denise. I agree.
We need a chill pill. I always say when I'm driving and I'm in a hurry and someone gets in front of me and they're driving like 20 miles an hour, I always say they put there for a reason. Someone's trying to slow me down.
There you go.
And that's always the way I look at it. I may not be happy about it.
Exactly.
I will tell you, on Saturday, driving over to the bakery, I had to go to Glen Head. The police were all over the place.
Oh, same.
All over the place. If you weren't watching how you were driving, you would have gotten pulled over.
Absolutely. On our way to New Jersey, like we just got onto the Throgs Neck.
Yeah.
And of course, bottlenecking. Why? Because a cop pulled somebody over.
Yeah. You have to be very careful on the holiday weekends the way you're driving. You should always be careful. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So why don't we start with what we're wearing?
Dina, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing, well, you start first because they've seen this already.
This is it's the loop tee from, I don't even have it, Dina. The loop tee from
Hiromi Nagasawa.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Hiromi Nagasawa. And it's just loop tee, as you said, and it's
she's going to twirl.
Going to try to get,
I'll move the chair.
Make an effort to get up. And this is your side.
Isn't that fabulous?
See the side?
In the way.
Yeah, just push this. I don't want to be so close.
But you really do need to twirl because turn around, I'll point it out. Look at this. This is a 3-needle bind off. Will you just look at this? There's this cute little V right over here.
Right. And you see the short rows? Can you point out?
Yes, the short rows right here create this angled slope. Mm-hmm. And then you was it live stitches and you did a 3-needle bind off? Fabulous.
Now, someone complained, in the projects, and then again, you can't really see it. Like I told Dina, I look like I'm not wearing clothes because this blends in with my skin. But there's like a little cable detail on either side of the neck going up.
Is that cable? I thought it was garter stitch.
No, that's cable. It's 5 stitches. Needle? It's 5 stitches. It's a 2-in-1.
Oh wow!
And then she does it. It's very nice attention to detail because the way she does the slips on either end, because she wants your edge stitches to look nice. And really, look how pretty they came. They really did come nice, right? And then on this end,
unfortunately, the color is getting a little washed out. It's definitely more saturated. It's more like a pink clay.
It's a pink. It is on my Ravelry page, so you may have a better idea. Now, I didn't make it as loose as. I think I did the size that would have been a 44 circumference. Now my bust measures 40, so you can see this is not 44. But my gauge was not the gauge she called for because although I did get the gauge on the suggested needle, when I started knitting it, I didn't like it.
Interesting. So you went down a size?
So I went down a needle size because I was afraid that as I went up, it would get too loose. And again, I don't need a 44 in here, and plus it has, like you can see, it has, well, down on the bottom, it does have like, the preparation for the cable, like the pearls and the stockinette and whatever. But anyway, so I said, you know what? I did the math and I said, I'm okay if my gauge is a little tighter than what she calls for. I think she called for 19 stitches to 4 inches, and I think I got 20.
Okay.
Around that, so I got about 20. So I don't have the 44-inch, which I'm okay with.
It's beautiful. And then tell us about the sleeve.
What about it?
You said that there was no sleeves.
There is
so is
none.
that just a
Just
cap
goes-
sleeve?
You
It's
see
going
this?
straight
You
up?
see this, Dina, down here? You see this? The
Yes.
pearl stitch?
So
That's
she's
it all the way up.
how clever.
Yeah. And she has,
So you had no bind off.
so
you
what she
just went
has on
straight
either
up?
side, she has stockinette in the front, stockinette in the back, and then she's got a couple of pearls, a little bit of stockinette, a couple of pearls, and that's going to be your cable. But you only turn the cable once.
That's incredible.
Well, it's once, there are 2 rows, the 2 rows, because again, it's the number of stitches that you're doing. But anyway, so it's very, very comfortable.
So
what
who
is
is
that?
it that just asked?
There it is, yeah.
Couldn't understand. Brenda, this is for you. It's called the Loop Tee, or LOOP, Loop Tee. The designer's name is Hiromi Nagasawa. And for those of you who are just joining us, or if you're not familiar with the way we run the podcast, we usually talk in the beginning about our finished objects. We talk about what we're wearing, whips, and down below in the show notes, so underneath, after we go live, you can always come back to YouTube and look up podcast. This is podcast number 103. And if you click on the arrow for show more, which is literally underneath this picture, you will see all the notes that of the things that we've discussed. I have links to Ravelry for the patterns, and I also have links to the kits if you're looking to purchase yarn on the website.
Correct.
So I reference both things.
Right.
And
So that, yeah.
you can always
exactly.
message me if I forget something.
Is
Sorry.
Nancy saying, did I make it longer? Is that what that says?
Yes. Did you make it longer?
No, I didn't. Because remember, I thought it was too long. Remember, I was saying it was too
Right.
long.
You thought you were going to shorten it.
I did not. I did exactly because, I stood in the mirror and I measured where it would fall, and I was okay with that. But then I think, you have to take into account when you turn that cable, it might pull up a little bit maybe. But
Probably does hike it a little bit.
I measured it yesterday to see what the length was, because I think I had to go 10 and a half or 10 and a quarter to the cable.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what it was. So
you went by inches. So the fact that you used a smaller needle gauge, it didn't make a difference. You just went by inches.
Correct. And even on this, like she said, to do this cable, like so many times, I think I had to do it maybe 3 more times than she did it.
Okay.
Something like that. So she does give you rows. She says, go so many rows or until it measures blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And
Always
course,
be wary. I'm always wary of rows because if you're not getting
your
row
gauge is
gauge,
different,
yes.
So
Definitely.
the thing, it gives it like a little cap, this
I
over
love
here.
it.
And I mean, it's lovely. There was absolutely no finishing. I did a 3-needle binder.
So is this like half your cable?
Yeah.
That's what this is.
That
it's the
cable
pearl stitches.
Is this
this
over here?
Yeah, that's really cute.
Yeah.
It's what gets twisted.
Correct.
How clever.
But
Very
she
well
brings
done.
it up over your
I
shoulder.
love that. The
She brings it back
detail
over there.
in the back.
Yeah.
So she's got a deeper V and then a low V back.
In the back.
Yeah, I love it.
I will say that my modifications, or if I made any, are on Ravelry. But what I did do is I didn't use. She had a short row that had yarn over. It was a yarn over to the back and then a yarn over to the front. And when I looked at the notes of people who had knit it, 2 people said that one person said she did those short rows and she didn't like the way it looked. Another one said she would do German short rows if she did it again. So I saw those notes.
So you read the notes prior to actually.
I thought maybe they were Japanese short rows. So I looked up Japanese short rows, and that was not how you do a Japanese short row. So I said, well, it's something different. But although I like to try something different, when someone says it didn't look good, I said, you know what? I know German short rows. I know they look nice.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, I just made the modification because I had to do it, a little differently.
Well, it's absolutely gorgeous.
But it is but when I get tan, Dina, when I get tan,
I think you're looking
you'll
on
see
screen
the difference.
And you feel like you look washed out, but in person, you really don't. It's a lovely color.
Anyway, it was a fast, fun, and this might be something I'd consider making again. Because I don't make things again.
Oh, so tell them how many skeins you used.
It said, I believe it said I needed 6. And I took 6. I only used.
And you didn't.
As a matter of fact, I have it in my bag, how much I had left.
There you go. Let's show them.
I didn't change the length. Could it be? Now, if you knit more tightly, would I use less or more?
Excuse me, guys.
Huh? What do you think, Dina?
I'm sorry, I was yawning. What was that?
If you were tighter in gauge, would I use less yarn or more yarn?
I would assume you would use more yarn because it would need
That's what I
more
would think
rows.
too, right? That's what I
knit.
would think too. So I don't know why I didn't use as much.
That's
I
interesting.
mean, I followed her length. I know. I thought I threw it in here. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't, guys. But I have like maybe 3 yards, 4 yards. left.
Oh, so you just made it.
So I just made it with
Very
that.
nice.
So I have 2. So
Awesome.
I would still get the recommended amount of yardage. I wouldn't cut it short. Right?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, we always like to, everybody knits differently. I definitely would not mess around.
A lot of times on the Lena yarn, the patterns, I'm trying to think, were they
It's funny because I'm
petite knit
knitting one now.
patterns? Like you'll find, do you think you're using all that it calls for? No. Now, why is that? I don't know.
I think designers are probably just,
Overestimating?
I mean, which pattern was it that I needed more yarn? I'm trying to think. I just ran into that.
This one.
Which?
What you wearing? Didn't you say you needed more?
Yes, exactly. This one. So but hold on. Did we kit it based on?
But you were test knitting it. So the final yarn yardage is in her pattern what you used. Right? Remember the 9 skeins? Isn't that what we said the other day?
I think so, but I think when I was looking at what people used, other people on the test thread.
Oh, they were using less?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's just a wide range, and I definitely needed more.
I should go and look. There is a person or two who made this out of Lena. And I would say, if I made it again, I don't think it's too short. I don't think it's too short. But I mean, I could add another inch to it easily, and it would be okay. Just beware of your length, because again, I thought this was going to be long. It's not long. It's not. I mean, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cropped, but it's not long.
No.
It's not long at all. So,
right.
Be careful. I think the cable hikes it a little bit.
Probably. That makes sense. That it will.
So you can't always just like I was measuring so many inches from wherever, and say, oh, that's going to be too long. But really, it's not. It's really not.
It looks great.
Thank you, Dina.
Kudos. Bravo.
Thank you.
I am wearing Fluxus. This pattern is a shawl designed by Natasja Hornby, Moonstruck Knits. It's available on Ravelry. It's finally published. It was published on Friday, and she actually published 3 designs with this. She calls it the Fluxus family, and there were 3 patterns: a shawl, a hat, and a cowl. The cowl had 2 options. The cowl had the serpentine, and you also had straight lines in this, let's say, chutes and ladder kind of stitch. Mm-hmm. So we'll show you everything. I am low on stock. We have a delivery coming in at the end of the week, and we will be restocking. I think what I'm going to do is open up the website to pre-order at this point because a lot of them might be sold out. So in order to get you you can come back, or you could wait for the new kits that we're going to build, or you can just order what you say. This here is the shawl. It was fabulous. You start here, you cast on. Now I can show it to you in its entirety since I've been test knitting up until now. You knit this beautiful tweed crescent shaped portion. So it's top down. Then you pick up stitches and you go all the way around here and you do this color work section. And believe it or not, it's half mosaic and half color work. So the color work being on the right side and mosaic is on the wrong side. The reason being is that she's conscientious. For those of you who are doing color work, it's much easier to slip your stitches in color work as opposed to doing color work on a purl side or a wrong side row. So she's, very gracious in that.
And you get a pretty scalloped edge.
And then you get this beautiful wave undulating waves, and that is created by short rows in here. And I found her, a lot of people say, oh my God, when you think of all these little sections, think about the number of short rows. She's absolutely brilliant in the way she's designed this. The short rows, she has you place markers. So you're doing these short rows in these sections, and she narrows them down, and they're just achievable. And what ends up happening is you do one, it becomes addictive. You're like, oh wow, exactly, because it's so quick.
It's very nice.
So I used Rama. It's by it's Rama.
Rama.
The base is Fennel. It's a fingering weight, non-superwash wool. There are 4 colors. So you'll see 3 colors up here. And then the gray, which is in here, is only used in the 3-color tweed. It's down here below. My main color is black. The contrast color 1, or the second main color, is my plum. And believe it or not, the ivory, it's actually not an ivory, it's a pearl gray.
It's the serpentine.
Yes, that is your 3rd main color. And the one that you use the least is the my gray, which is in this section.
Just one skein.
Yep. And it's got a beautiful applied edging.
So the way
very fun.
The way this was kit was, it was 3 skeins of this.
Oh, right.
3 skeins of the plum, because those are your main color, your contrast 1. And then it would have been, what's your other color?
2 of the serpentine, and then 1 in the tweed.
And 1 in the tweed. So the thing that Dina was saying, that when we kitted these, you could always flip it if you wanted.
Correct. So for example, if you thought the black was too harsh here, you could make plum the color that's this background, and wherever you see
black.
Plum would be black. Right. And it would. So this is what's crazy with this design. You can play with it in so many different ways. Like I have 4 colors. When I first went to make it, I did not start with this. I had the same 4 colors, but
in a different order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of
So
fun.
you kind of have to use your imagination. I think the first place I would start would be in that main color. If you want it to be plum, or whatever the color is, the pink, just try to visualize that in the background.
Yes.
And what the serpentine would be around it. Because the 4th color is not that, I don't want to say it's not that important, but it's not as, out
It's not
there.
as prominent.
It's not as prominent, right?
Okay.
So
I'm going to leave it here, just in case we need to
for
reference it.
For the other pieces.
Yes.
So now Dina was saying it was like a triple play. There's the Fluxus, but then she did a hat and a cowl, and the hat and the cowl are stunning.
Stunning. So this is Fluxy.
The hat.
This is her hat.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Which is really pretty. And believe it or not, if you flip up the brim, I don't know if there's another picture in here, the contrast color is actually inside.
So in this case, if that was blue, would the blue be inside?
Yes.
That'd be nice.
So here.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
That's the wrong side, or the inside of the hat. And you can see that the under hem is a different color.
Yeah.
So this here is the right side, and this here is the wrong side. I wonder if I have enough yarn. Oh, and another thing.
I think you could, Diane.
The hat is actually knit doubled.
Oh, the motif is held double.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
In a larger scale wave pattern.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, so that was pattern number 2. Pattern number 3 was called Fluxa. And Flux has this beautiful cowl. And believe it or not, there are 2 versions. So Natasja is wearing one where the stripes are actually very straight.
Yeah. They just go around.
Exactly. And this gentleman is wearing the cowl, and it has
like
more of the
rounded edging, like a wavy
scalloped
edge.
waving.
Yeah. I don't know which one I like better. My first thought was I like the one he's wearing better.
And now you're thinking,
No.
I like the one he's wearing better. I definitely like the.
But I mean, when you wear
like
that, are you going to see that sitting? You're not going to see that sitting like
no,
that.
but I like the waves, like I like
on the body of the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So referring to this one,
the hat's fabulous. Though.
Hat is fabulous.
The hat is fabulous. The cowl.
So I think
lovely,
now that I finished Stria,
I think I would make the hat for sure.
Definitely.
I don't know about the cowl's lovely too.
Yeah.
I like cowls like that though,
Super
rather
cute.
than a scarf. I really do.
Super cute. So we're going to share our kits, of course. And does anyone have any questions? Love it. Thank you, Steen. Thank you, Christine. Finally caught you live. Hello, Australia. Oh my God. We have people from all over Sweden, Portugal. This is so lovely. North of Sweden. Welcome. Did you do short rows, wrap and turn, or German short rows? Nancy, if you're speaking about Fluxus, they were German short rows. If you're asking about the loop tee, I believe Pam, you modified it, and she opted for German short rows.
Correct.
Flux shawl is outstanding. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, well, we're going to show you some kits before we move onward. Figured since we already are talking about it, we could just start with some kits. So let me get this out of the way.
When is the other yarn coming in, Dina?
Oh, so I should have the delivery by the end of this week. We were a little delayed because of the holiday, so I'm hoping that it should arrive by the end of this week.
Now, did people order your colorway?
Yes, so as it stands, my colorway is sold out on the website right now, but what I will do is I will modify it so that you can order any of the kits pre-order. Exactly. And if something's unavailable because the colorway isn't coming in, I'll modify that on the website.
Might you put different color combinations together at the end of the week?
I definitely will, because I didn't have all the colors. There were some gorgeous. If you have some time, head over to Ravelry and check out the Fluxus Shawl projects page. There are so many lovely testers. She's got a beautiful group, and they've done stunning designs. So, of course, a lot of colors that I didn't have will be coming in, and I'll be able to replicate some of those samples
so you
as
would say maybe by the end of the week.
I'm hoping. Yeah, hoping by Friday.
But Dina's going to show you what is available currently.
Yes. So this happens to be a stunning kit.
That is pretty.
What we did here is we have...
These are your two main colors.
Correct. So you can do it any which way you like. Go ahead, Pam.
This is the one skein accent, and this is the
serpentine color.
Serpentine colorway.
Right. So it's a little bit different than what I have. So in other words, what you would do...
Your serpentine can be outlined by this, or it can be outlined by this, depending on how they do it, correct?
Correct. The outline would either be plum or gray.
Right. And your main color, the background of the serpentine, would either be this.
No, it would be the white.
It would be
or it's a pearl gray, believe it or not. It's a pearl gray. So this is actually, this gold accent would only be in the tweed section in the top and that little tweed section in the bottom. So where there's the single skein, it's just used the least, and it's only in the tweed section. So that's this kit.
But if they wanted to, they could make this the main color.
Yes, the background.
They could make that the main color.
Right. So, for example, in this particular kit, if eggplant was the main color, the outline of the serpentine is this dark gray, and the inside is that, right.
And if they did the other way,
this would be background.
This was the main color.
Correct. No, yes. Then this would be the main color.
Correct. And your serpentine would be outlined by the plum
and
with the gray on the inside.
Correct.
Yeah. And if you have any questions about that, just call.
Yes.
Call the shop.
And if another, I think it was there was somebody who was actually coloring. So if you actually take out the motif and you kind of like penciled out this bottom section, if you just did like a little snake,
right, you could
the serpentines, and then you colored in with colored pencils, you can kind of, it's very hard to swatch this out and see all the color.
Because again, that one skein color is not involved in this portion that she's talking about.
Only that gold in this particular kit.
Would only be up here.
Right, just a flat, right, exactly.
Yeah. So there you go. So if you're totally confused right now, we'll sell you some more kits. Get you some more.
Yeah, this is a hard one to really kind of wrap your brain around. Okay.
Do the one in the corner.
This one?
Yeah.
This is a pretty one. So there's somebody on Ravelry that did something similar to this color. I didn't need to do two reds.
You needed two blues.
This one.
You need that one.
Yeah. So blue and red are the outside colors. Okay.
So your main color can either be the burgundy or the navy.
Correct.
And which is the one skein?
This one.
Right. So this would be just in your tweeted section, and this. So these three colors, this, and this, are going to be your middle section. A wine background. Your serpentine can be, well, it would have to be the outline by the navy with that in the center if you did it that way.
So you have oatmeal, navy, and burgundy. This is a gorgeous kit.
Or you could have a navy background with a burgundy outline and inside.
Correct. That'd be stunning. And then the scalloped edge would be in the burgundy. Yeah. I think that's how I would do it.
Right. Very pretty.
Yeah, very pretty. Okay, that's that colorway. I think we said we're going to toss these in here, right?
Right.
To lighten my load.
Dan's got a loadie on in front of her.
Okay,
And
next
that
up. That's the single.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, this is very pretty.
Main color.
Main color. So you can opt for the background. Where mine was black.
You can make it gray.
And then where
serpentine, and this is going to be the serpentine color right there. It could be a plum outline with a pearl gray inside, or you could have this in the background, and this would be a serpentine right here.
Correct.
And the green is just an accent that's thrown in the
It'll give you just a bit of pop.
Just a bit of pop.
Very festive.
Yeah.
That's a pretty colorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we also made some kits that were, we also used Le Petit lamb's wool from Bichet Bush, right?
Yes.
And the skein quantities were a little different because of the yardage in the skein. It has a little more yardage in their skein. So I'm just trying to keep this straight. So this one is, no. I have to look this up now. Now I'm totally confused. This is one of them. Oh, I think that's, hold on. Give me a second, guys. I think that might be something else.
Oh, look.
Is it?
This was a kit, and I think this is the kit.
And then this is a kit, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have.
Yeah.
Here you have it. The two outside colors, the charcoal and the red, are two colors that can be main one and main contrast one or main color. And then you have your choice in the Bichet Bush to make anything your pop and anything your serpentine. Does that make sense? It's really a hard one to actually to picture because there's so many different options.
Yeah.
So
right.
So for example, this gray could be your background black. That would be your main color. And then if you wanted to scallop it in red, that would be your contrast
Love
one.
those colors together.
And then your serpentine is the beige. And it would hug with the red.
And this would be your pop color.
Right. Fun.
Nice.
You can actually make the serpentine in
on
this
case, one you can.
Orange.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then white, you know,
inside.
Exactly. So with the
and
Bichet
that's
Bush,
all
you have a little
because
more
of the yardage.
possibilities.
Now in this next one, these were your two main colors. It's very dark gray with, I don't know what they call this, yellow mustard, which is lovely. So these were your two mains, and then these were your two accents. You could have a light gray.
It's a pretty kit.
And then what do they call this one?
It's like a gold brown.
Dark gold. So again, this could be the outline of your serpentine. This could be the inside of your serpentine, right?
Yes, like this would be your tweed right in here. These three blend so nicely.
Yeah.
And then that's your main color.
Yeah.
And then you can pick how you want to do the serpentine. So that's another gorgeous combination.
And this is a nice
Love
one.
the colors and design. Yes, Linda, it's gorgeous.
If you like burgundies and pinks, we put this together, which is as your main colors, a burgundy and a pink, accented by.
This is a nice one.
A really very basic traditional colors, cream and gray, right?
Yes. So this is like very much, I mean, certainly the burgundy is a little bit punchier, but Irina on Ravelry, Irina Phillips, she had done one in a soft, it's not monochromatic, it's just very soft looking. It looks very floral for some reason, just because of the colors, and I get the same vibe from here.
Right.
Not that this is a floral piece, because it isn't, but it's just a very, maybe feminine.
So look at your yardages and use your imagination. Like Dan said, it wouldn't be bad to draw it also. It might help you.
Color it out.
Yep. So those are the kits we have available right now in the Fluxus. The rest of the kits,
can I see the pattern?
Sure. The rest of the kits that we have are for the Fluxa or the Fluxy. Fluxa being the cowl and Fluxy being the hat.
Do you want to show them kits or?
Yes, we can do that. Now again, we also kitted these two different ways with the Le Petit. With Le Petit, it would be 1, 1, and 1. I think when we went into the into the Rama, we needed 2 for the main color. So this would be, and you could do it any way you want, really. Right?
You can allocate any color. Absolutely.
You could make this the hat color, and then make this your serpentine if you'd like. Right?
Yes.
And I think the way this worked out, this has 270 yards. If you were making the cowl, it says you need 275 yards. We did not add an extra skein for the kit because sometimes they usually do add a little bit of padding, so maybe with the 5 yards. I hate to say that.
I know.
But if you're not comfortable with that, you can
get a second skein.
Pick the color that you would want to be your main color and add another skein. But for 5 yards, we didn't do that. So, in full disclosure.
And you can knit either or.
Right.
Not both.
The next petite colorway we did
great.
Is lovely.
Striking.
Very, very dark gray with this kind of brick color and light gray. I love this one.
That's striking.
Love that colorway. The next colorway we did is for the pink people. We did a purple and a pink with a light gray as the in-between.
That's very pretty.
Right?
It's getting a little washed out.
We were even saying last week not to make your heads blow up. But if you look at the yardage, we were figuring out that, let's just say, I shouldn't say it's too many numbers. If you made this your main color, you could make the hat again using that as the least amount, which I can't remember now if that's inside the snake or outside the snake. You have to look at the yardage.
Inside the snake.
Inside the snake. So you could use that, say, for the hat, the background color, and then do another hat maybe where that's inside the snake.
Correct.
If you wanted to.
Right.
Of course, if you wanted to. Not to make you go crazy. This is navy and a beautiful blue with
That's
an
a gorgeous
accented by the light
combination.
gray. Very traditional, lovely,
Yes.
right?
Very pretty.
I'm going to get some other ones for you. Give me 1 second.
You got them?
Yep. This is the last one that's the petite. Yep.
We know we have green lovers out there. This is an ivory, a very soft, like beautiful green, and this is more like an olive. Very pretty. Kind of like the same vibe as the blue, but in green.
Yeah. Now this would be this one that's 2 would be your
main color.
Main color. For instance, your hat.
So your hat would be navy, and then you'd have the red and white serpentine. Love it.
In this case, you'd have a green hat with navy and white.
Yes. This is very popular,
pretty.
this palette right now.
Yep.
Everybody loves the green.
This is a very pretty one, Dina. Navy is the main. And look at those pops.
I like this one. Gotta love my pink.
Yeah.
Super cute. Navy hat with a pink and white serpentine. Super cute.
And this is an eggplant color with a pink and cream. And now these
that's pretty too.
4 skeins you can do again. It's the Fluxus, the Fluxy, or the Fluxa.
Right. Now with the Rama, you would have enough yarn to knit a cowl, no problem.
Yes. I'm not getting the color I just dropped because it was this color.
That's also pretty. That's the navy with my plum and the pearl gray.
Correct.
Love it.
Correct. So let's put that back in there. And those are and that's, again, that could be the cowl or the hat.
Super pretty.
And that's that. Our table is empty, Dina.
I know. I'm feeling a little liberated here. Super cute.
Anyway, so that is the Fluxa, Fluxy, Fluxus.
The Flux family.
Do you have it on your Ravelry page, then?
I do.
Good.
I do have it there. You're welcome to check it out. I wrote the color numbers there, the number of skeins that I used per color. I did not make any modifications. Very well written.
Now we went into that
incredible.
because we were talking about we had all this yarn and we were talking about Dina's FO, the Fluxus.
Right. Now we're going to migrate back to another FO.
Yes. What is it, Dina?
So I have the Stria hat. I finished it.
From
I did the challenge. Excuse me. It was the 5-day challenge. It's actually 4-day. It was her 5th Memorial Day weekend challenge. Excuse me.
She usually does. Well, I know she's done hats. I don't know if she's ever done anything else.
Yeah, I was thinking
that
one was the chevron.
Where is it? Let me see.
That first one I had done. I thought I've never done
That
the
was
challenge
Hus?
before. Yes.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was Hus. I
Yes.
think that was a different pattern.
So here it is. I knit it up in Sunday. I'll put it on, but Pam will probably wear it better. I haven't woven in my ends yet.
Oh, there's a lot of ends on that too.
Yes.
It's
I'm not
supposed to
quite
stick
sure.
up. It's supposed to
It
stick
is.
up.
So
I have a hard time
I
accepting
did the
that.
second size. I'm surprised because I thought it wouldn't be as huggy.
I like them huggy.
And I have to say, full disclosure, I did not read the instructions properly. I'm knitting away and I'm like, this is tedious.
Oh. Dina thinks it was tedious and she wasn't even knitting it right.
I was not knitting it correctly. So apparently every other round was, I'm not going to give the pattern away. It's a half fisherman's rib in the round. Every other round was supposed to be purl.
Dina was
And I
knitting
knit it.
We were commiserating about it being, it's a kind of
Tedious.
pattern that's like 2 rows a row. And it was on a 2
Exactly. So
needle.
when we
So
say
it was taking
tedious,
time.
right.
But what she wasn't doing, she wasn't purling, which that slows you down. I felt it slowed me down. And I felt that I have mine as a whip. And I felt that it just took so long to do. And you'd be sitting there doing it, and it's like...
I will say, I think in the beginning, I was pulling a little more tightly just because I was nervous on the small needles.
Yeah.
Once I loosened up and I wasn't as stringent with the yarn, I found that it was going a lot more quickly. So I sent Pam a text, don't pull so tightly.
Still, I don't know. That wasn't, but
I'm telling you.
But we found out that you were knitting and not purling.
I was knitting.
Yes, so there's a difference there.
I thought it was tedious.
So this
Pam was like, you had it easy.
Yeah, you had it easy. I wish it would be a pleasure if someone told me I could knit those rows. Anyway, so this is my colorway. It's I guess it's what color green would you call that? It's a green. And it looks gray, but it's a green with orange, cream, and pink. And I made an executive decision and decided not to put the 4th color in because I didn't like it with it. So I didn't do it.
There you go. It's
so
funny.
Instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
It looks like I repeated my color, but believe it or not, this first stripe is a very, very pale pink. I don't know.
A blush.
Yes, it's like a blush, and this is a very pale tan. Then I had the pink clay, which is the same color as Pam's top, and then I had a gold. Yeah. So believe it or not, I did use all 4 colors.
But when you initially were doing that, you were going to use the beige as your main color. You flipped
I opted, and I'll tell you why. Because the pink was not going to show up as a stripe on the beige when I swatched it.
No, she had pink on it,
but different pink.
Well, was it that pink?
It was between.
No. Okay.
This is just, these are even tone. And I would suggest that if you're going to make this hat, you can clearly you can do as many stripes as you want. But if you want to see if there's contrast, which is something I didn't do, you can take a picture on black and white, and you could see on monochromatic, you could see the contrast, and you'll realize whether or not it'll have high contrast, low contrast, and of course, you can do you.
So I'm thinking, I said to Dina, you know what, I can only handle 2 rows a day in this thing.
So now I'm curious, can I knit? Because I want to know what it feels like to purl.
Hold on, let me see. I'm on a purl row.
Okay.
Purl with the, wait, no.
I can't believe I knit it incorrectly.
Yep, you have to purl with the orange.
Wait, aesthetically though, can I see what it looks like?
Orange, though? Well, no, that's not true.
See, aesthetically, it looks correct. And the difference would be in between my half fisherman's rib, instead of having a purl stitch in there, I have garter stitch.
Yeah. Purl with the green.
Okay. I would think it's easy. Yeah.
It's not that it's not easy, but when you're knitting, basically,
I think it's the next
basically you're purling a hat. Because one row is all purl, and the other row, every other stitch is a purl. So you're almost purling the whole hat, and you're on a size 2 needle. So by virtue of the size of the yarn, that 2 rows is really 1 row, right?
Yeah.
Because 5 V's is 10 rows.
Right. So what happens here in the half fisherman's rib, and it's funny because I was thinking of doing like a half brioche, like yarn, but that was just, I couldn't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah. Well, no.
When you've been doing the pattern for a certain amount of time, trying to retrain my brain. What happened here? This goes over. Well, it would be the next row that I would really need to try out. This doesn't bother me purling, but I could see how it goes slower.
Slows you down.
I will
I
tell
don't
you.
purling, but it slows you down. And
Hang on a second. I will tell you, it's much easier to purl. You know why? When you need to go into knit the row below, it's more visible.
It's
you
more
know
visible.
Exactly where. I found that I had to pull
Maybe
back
that
a lot.
slowed you down.
It did.
Oh, see, I'm not worried.
You didn't have to. You didn't make a mistake. There were times where I didn't knit in the row.
You could see. You could just pull it a little bit and see the opening. Yeah, probably. You're right about that.
This is to your advantage.
Oh, thank you, Dina.
You're welcome. Happy
you
knitting.
Want to finish it? Anyway, so that is my hat. It will be an FO eventually. And if I do 2 rows a night, big deal, right? You don't feel the pain.
No. I'm going to put this
and I'm
up on
watching
my
all these
Ravelry.
people posting that it's done. I'm like, oh, God.
I can't believe I finished it. I'm glad it's done. I used the Sunday by Sanduscorn.
Yeah, I was going to say
we have, I don't think we have any more kits. Believe it or not, they're sold out. But if you'd like us to help us, help
you do one a la carte.
You can always order a la carte. We can help you assemble a kit. I think that if I were to do this one again, I would definitely opt for more contrast. I would probably replace one of these colors and this gold in here.
More orange left?
Yes, I might even go with a little bit lighter because I feel like this is even in tone.
Yeah, we don't have any more gold left.
So, right,
the gold is sold out.
So that is the Stria hat.
So what is next? So we have to tell you
whips.
Whips
are next. Do you have any more?
I showed you my whip. I have a lovely tee. That's it. I'm not showing you that again.
My lovely tee. I'm sorry, but I was busy with.
It's been languishing. I think I did 2 or 3 rounds this weekend in my lovely tee.
I need to. Yeah, that'll be my devotion this week, along with my Sommerknus. Let me show you that. I'm loving this project. It's a lovely tee with a circular yoke, and it has different pattern stitches. And if I can, I will pull out the cover photo to share with you. I'm knitting Lena on a US number 8. Very, very different drape than what Pam is wearing here. Different than the peacock tee, different than the anchors tee. So I'm curious to see how this will end up. This is it. So if you can see, you've got different pattern stitches. It's designed by Elsebeth Judith. I wonder if she pronounces it Elizabeth, but Elsebeth is how it's spelled. This is it. I worked on this a little bit this weekend. Oops, I got to pull. And here it is.
Ooh, pretty color, Dina.
Thank you. Pretty ochre color.
Mm-hmm. Lovely.
And you can see that it's got a very
drapey feel to
very drapey feel, very different than
I think
what
you can
wear.
get away with it though because of the various stitches that are in there.
Yes. Got a nasty pull. I'll pull it through the back. Whoops, I'm losing my tower of yarn. Just, you guys don't even know what's going on here. Anyway, super fun. I'm now repeating the pattern stitches down to the bottom, and we'll see where I am with length. Believe it or not, the pattern called for 8 skeins.
How many have you used?
I'm actually knitting. I think I have half a skein left on my 4th. I doubt I'm going to need an additional 4 skeins. Yes, it does.
How does it measure? Does it measure widthwise? Have you measured it?
No, I literally, I mean, it's definitely got plenty of room. It's got a short sleeve. I believe that the sleeve will take 1 skein for both. So if I take 1 skein and then I'm going to finish this one, I mean, at most, I think it might be between 6 and 7 skeins. I won't need a full skein.
Where are you now?
In the eyelet section.
In this section.
Right.
So you might use maybe 6 skeins.
I think 6. Yeah. I agree. So we'll see how that goes. Stay tuned.
It's lovely.
I don't think I'll have it ready for next week, but I'll be closer to the finish.
So?
Maybe.
Well,
I love
that
it.
color.
Thank you. So that's my summer.
Yeah, but you wouldn't want this with these stitches. You wouldn't want it to be denser than this.
No, I was worried that it like my tension, but it seems to be okay once it's blocked out. I think it's
Just
okay.
goes to show you the versatility of this yarn.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Now, if I wanted more body, I could have used Ticklina,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have had that. But I'm happy to have
I
this.
think that's great.
Yep. To have the drape on that.
Like that a lot. That's going to be another summer top.
Oh my
Another
goodness.
summer top headed your way, right,
There
Dan?
you go. I hope so.
What do you have there?
This is
Oh.
my summer hug.
So fun.
Okay, let's move onward. Whew, I have got a tower of yarn here. Okay, I'm getting this out of the way. What do we have
Makes me
next?
feel cooler when you move the yarn.
Yes.
I think we should talk about this next.
Okay. There was a new pattern called the Promenade Blouse. Has anyone seen this? Did this just drop today? A couple days
It
ago?
was recently. I don't know if it was today or another day, but
The designer is Caidree, Caidree. It's a beautiful top knit with a DK weight paired with a mohair.
worked in the round and stockinette from the top, starting at the neckline. There's alternate stripes of silk mohair and
Can you hear her?
chainette type alpaca, well, whatever. It's a DK weight yarn. So
Yes.
it alternates alpaca with a DK weight yarn. What size needle is it knit on, Dina? 5.
A US number 5. We made some lovely kits. Hopefully you'll like them.
Mm-hmm.
We did just receive Surrey. It's not on the website. I don't know that Surrey would be a good alternative
Yeah,
for this one, but it might be for those of you who are not into the mohair.
so I think we made up 13
Option.
kits.
Was it that many? Well, the kits are fun. So if you're looking for a beautiful top, again, it's a circular yoke, top down. The colors are great. Can't wait to share. Okay.
Tell them what this is, Dina.
So this is Wilmette Verb. It's 100% superwash merino. It's hand dyed, and we paired it with a mohair from Rowan, the Kid Silk Haze. So what you'll end up seeing is the stockinette section in the DK will be a little bit multi, and then you have a coordinating mohair paired with it. And here it is in the tee. And she lifted up the fabric. You could see that the mohair is going to be sheer. You're using a lace weight
someone
on the
did
size
comment who made it. They said that they felt they didn't have to. They could almost wear. They didn't have to layer underneath it. I read that in one of the comments.
I don't layer my rocket tee.
You don't wear anything under it.
No.
So there you go.
I
There's
wear a
your
nude
answer.
bra, and it's fine.
There's your answer. Again, this is another fabulous
Guys.
color,
Fabulous. So here's another one.
and this is your
Mohair paired with it. How gorgeous.
pretty.
Stunning.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way to identify the kit, if you do like it, under Promenade Blouse, is really to just look for the icon with the colorway that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these are one of a kind.
Right.
We might be lucky that we could
We might be able to.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Some of them.
You
would maybe.
Yeah. Thank you.
No guarantee.
Dina, I'm knitting the same tee. I've just separated for the body. It seems to go fast. Yes, it is going quickly.
I know a lot of people are knitting
Except I
this summer.
interrupted to knit this hat.
Yes,
so
you
I didn't
probably-
get that quick.
You probably could finish that whole blouse.
I probably could have. The time that it took me to knit this.
This is another great color
This is
from Walnut
stunning.
Verve. It's almost like raisiny with some
Here's
gold,
that
right?
favorite color that Pam likes
I
to
love that color.
raisin. It's like
And-
a soft eggplant.
And it's almost like we put a mineral mohair with it. How great is that?
Gorgeous.
That's lovely. Love that one.
That's very pretty. That subtle hues of the
Mm-hmm.
eggplant and gold in there.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
It's a favorite of mine. How about this one, Dina? What happened to the label? The label came off.
All of them?
No, it's 2 of them. I didn't. I know I had labels on them. I don't know what happened to it.
This one is another multicolor. Here's one.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, guys. We paired this with the tin silk mohair, teal, and you'll see that there's just a sprinkling of the
Mhm.
teal, so it pulls out the color, and then you have
There you
this
go.
beautiful, gorgeous.
Pretty.
Love
It's another nice one.
black, teal, and gold.
The next one is going to give you a little pop right there.
Yes. This is another gorgeous colorway.
For those who aren't afraid
Red,
of
orange,
color,
and pink. Super pretty. It's getting
Look at
blown
that.
out. Hold on a moment. Let's see if I can do this. Is that any better?
closer. Move that thing.
There it is. It's a little bit better. It's a very pretty
This
red-orange pink.
This is really a pretty. This is getting blown out. It's coming up too
like a
bright
coral.
than it is. It's called Poppy.
What about back here?
A little better.
Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out a great place to put the color.
I think
this
the
happens to be
brighter it is,
yeah.
the brighter
If you
it
look
is,
at it on the website,
it looks gorgeous.
this is our Grello kit, grays and yellows.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
With silvery gray.
Yep. That's better.
Very pretty.
You need like an umbrella.
Mm-hmm. Again,
can tick be used for Sommerknus? Yes, Meryl, I just said that. It can likely be used. You will have a more weighted top. It'll have more body to it, more like the structure of Pam's top. Knitting it with the Lena, the worsted weight version, is making it more flowy, more of a drape, giving it more of a drape.
Well, it's also summertime, so
this is stunning.
This is Tulip.
Tulip by Spun Right Round. And then Bang Bang, which is like the perfect match.
Yeah, it is. It is the perfect match.
It's a great mate. That is a fabulous, fabulous kit.
Yeah.
So for the Promenade blouse, I think we went up to size
47 and something.
Was it 47? Yes, 47 and a quarter inches. So that I think was the 5th. 4, 5. The 5th size being an extra large. So finished bust was 47 and a quarter inches. So if you wanted to make it larger, if I'm not mistaken, you just need to add an additional mohair. Is that correct?
Correct.
On the kit we just shared, however, with the Bang Bang, the kit with the Squish DK Tulip colorway,
you could go higher.
You can go larger. So you'd have enough yarn on that kit, I think, to do almost all the sizes. Because it was 750 yards.
Right. You have a little more of this, but it didn't pay to add another skein because not everybody would want to do that. So you can always, do it a la carte or call us and we'll add to it for you.
Oh, it's not a T. Is that Marion? Marion, we're covering the Promenade blouse. It's a long sleeve blouse, although of course you can do it short sleeve. It's knit in a DK weight paired with a mohair. Now another option you can do is always double a fingering weight to knit up to a DK weight.
That's what I was thinking of doing actually.
But anyway, this is so much easier.
Yeah.
Look at this. Is this fabulous?
Yeah. This is what is that?
Missouri Silk by Murky Depths, and that mustard mohair, fabulous. Woo. That's a good one. Did we show this one?
Nope.
This is a colorway called Manalishi. Anybody know what that means? Manalishi by Spun Right Round. It's a beautiful turquoise, tealy, blue-green. And then you have this magnificent cove paired right with it. And I know that this looks very dark, but with mohair, when you knit it single strand, it's really just pulling up the dark colors in the skein that's right here. So that's a fabulous blue-green colorway. Next up is Pegasus. This is by Madeline Tosh. And it's got a very soft pale blush like cameo pink with a pretty lavender. And then we paired it with the same mohair.
Yeah, it's getting blown out.
Yeah, but it's stunning.
It's very pretty. The mohair actually matches the color that's in
there. It is.
In there. Yep.
That's good. Okay, for all you
this
yellow
is the
lovers,
last one.
This is fabulous. How many of you know that yellow is a happy color? Do you know Danielle's favorite color was yellow? Yeah.
But that yellow
is such a happy
I shouldn't
color.
say that. This mohair color is great with
like
it, though. It's perfect.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a marigold.
Stunning.
Or sunflower. It looks like a sunflower.
This is called Cluck. Love it. Like a bird.
I love that name.
Absolutely divine. This is a good colorway.
Okay.
So those are the Promenade blouses. Again, the designer is Caidree, Caidree. You can look her up on Ravelry and check out her finished project.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there were plenty to look at.
Definitely. And you'll see some that are actually stripy. We kind of went more for a monochromatic look, but if you want to have bold stripes, you certainly can do that.
Yep.
We can also help you if some people want to do their own custom kits. If you say, oh, I
Right.
want to do
You might
aqua,
not want a yarn that's variegated. You might want like tonal.
tone on tone,
do
which
that
is really
too.
what she did.
Right.
Silver on silver. We can do that as well.
Mhm.
So Florence Spurling just came out, dropped a new top. It's called the Winslow Tee.
Who doesn't need another tea?
Marion, here's a new tee for you. Love this one. It's called the Winslow Tee, designed by Florence
It's
Spurling.
a fingering weight yarn.
Fingering weight. So what we've done is we've taken our tin Lena and we've created these magnificent kits. They're
I'm just going to
actually,
show one of each, Dina.
is it 4 colors in here?
Yes, it is. It's 4 colors.
The tee is knit with 4 colors. It's banded, and it looks like there's, I'm not sure if it's mosaic or color work that separates the colors.
Right. I'll look
Very
at it.
pretty.
This is, again, the kits consist of 2 skeins of each color of tin Lena, which is fingering weight cotton linen blend. And it's getting blown out. But this most closely resembles the colors that she did. She's got like a light pink, a green, a yellow, and a beigey color. There you go. Well, that's pretty. Look at that. That is lovely. And what are you looking for, Dina?
Nothing.
Anyway, so that's one of the kits. Another way that we did was this.
And of course, you can place these in any order you like. You have enough flexibility with all the colors to make one your main, if there is one. I know some, based on the yardages, some are used more often. You need to make that your main. So that's a very pretty colorway. It's got almost 3 shades of blue, I would say, and a pretty pink. Very pretty. Is that considered gray on the end?
This is considered gray. Yeah,
It's funny how it looks blue.
mm-hmm.
Okay. This is earthy. This has got beige, a very pale yellow, that gorgeous marigold color. And then this is like a dusty green. I like this one. It's very spring-like, kind of camouflagey, great with linen pants, right?
Yep.
Next up is this beautiful slate, gold, white, and pearl gray. Very pretty.
That's a pretty one.
I wonder if I would probably go in I think I would go in saturated light to dark. There's no right or wrong.
No.
I'm just sharing what I would do. There is no right or wrong. This is a pretty one. I always talk about our beach scene. I feel like this has got a beach vibe. It's white. It's got a pearl gray. It's very soft peach.
That blue and the peach together.
Love it. Love
Blue
it.
and the
It's so
peach
happy.
together. Mhm.
Reminds me of summer. And then a very soft blue. Was this your peacock tea colorway?
Peacock. Yes, yeah, I think.
Is that yours?
Yes.
This was the color
I
that
had to
Pam
think for a
used.
second. What's my peacock tee? I couldn't remember.
This is lovely. You've got the bone, or like a beige. You've got that dusty clay pink, soft pink, and dusty green.
This is
This is gorgeous too.
mm-hmm.
Oh, this is kind of my vibe.
This is your vibe, Dina.
Here it is. All you plummy, purpley people. It's like a very soft, dusty lavender. You've got, what is it, the sarin?
The saran. Yeah.
Yep, the eggplant, or what does she call the eggplant?
Aubergine, light
Aubergine,
light
right.
aubergine.
And then the slate. That's a pretty one. Here's another one that makes me feel happy. I don't know what I'm attracted to with this colorway. These are not necessarily my colors, but look at how happy this is.
That is pretty.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like
It's a
a brighter
peach.
version of her
Yeah.
palette.
I don't
like
think we
that.
showed this one, did we?
No,
This reminded me of the what is the?
I don't remember.
Hohi.
wasn't
Ho-
Ho. No,
yeah.
wasn't Hohi's.
Yes,
Well,
it
she did
was.
also. Was it the Frank Shawl?
It wasn't the Frank Shawl. It was the Hohi one. Remember the? I could see
Not
the
in
picture.
Rama.
Not in Rama.
Oh, you're
no.
I was
in
thinking
merino linen. It was
Oh,
a merino linen.
Yes, yes.
Toffee, Prada
Yes.
blue.
Mhm.
Remember?
The merino linen shawl.
This is it. This would be
Beautiful.
your toffee. I'm calling it powder
I think
blue.
summer linen shawl.
Yes, that's it. Thank you. And then a powder blue. Love this one. Now, we kitted these at 2 skeins each. And this, in her pattern, she calls for C1, C2, C3, and C4. And you can go through, where are the sizes? I have to look at them. Where are they? Where are the sizes? Is this them? No. It's on the other. Nope.
No, I think I have to pull it up. We didn't print the page. Sorry, guys.
I believe you can go through the first 5 sizes. Dina will bring that up. C1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I believe I want to say it's 51.
You want me to go to the website?
I'll do it. I got it right. You know what? I have it on my phone because I had it on before, so it'll come up as one of the
open tabs.
Yep.
I'll let her do that. Yay for yellow! Yes, you and your
Yes,
daughter.
we love yellow.
Yellow's a happy color for sure.
Definitely.
Anyone have other questions? Can take the
Winslow Tee. Here it is.
Dina, I'm doing the same. I'm going to just scroll up. Thank you, guys. Oh my goodness, New Zealand, Delaware. This is amazing.
Yeah, you can go through size 52. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Size 52 finished, and they say
with 2 skeins of each.
With 2 skeins of each, and she says 6 to 8 inches of positive ease. But again, I don't know if I would make that tee with 8 inches of positive ease. I don't know.
I usually like 4, but you have to
Right.
know what you're comfortable with.
Right.
A lot of people often ask. I know that they ask.
We were
me,
saying we'd probably do a 44.
Mhm.
I think is what we said.
Yes.
So again, that's your choice. She goes from 36 to 68. Now that is finished size. So she says to fit size 28, finished size is 36. So take that into account. You may not want that much positive ease. So look at what the finished bust is when you're deciding on your size.
And on that note, if you need additional yarn, just give us a call
Right.
or leave a comment when you purchase, or if you purchase the kit. And if you say need to make a larger size, we'll call you and we'll
Right.
ask you which colorway you want to add.
Right, because the only one that you would need an extra skein of might
think
be
it's
the
C1.
C1.
Mhm.
So we would have to decide at that point which one you wanted a C1. But that's, again, if you're going over size 52.
And if you look here,
52.
C1 is really the color of the sleeves. And
Right.
that's why you're using more.
Correct.
So where there's 2 stripes throughout the body, the sleeves is what's putting you
What
over
are
the
putting
edge.
you over the
Mhm.
edge, right? Or you could do color blocking.
Pardon?
Do 2 sleeves in 2 different colors.
You can.
I mean, really.
You
There's
can.
no right or wrong. It's
Sandy
whatever
brought
you
in
like.
a sweater today. She was using up leftover yarn. She knit a cardigan,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 3 colors. So I showed her how she can actually stripe single stripes with 3 colors instead of.
Yeah, instead of doing
Right.
2, 2, 2. That's good.
And then she did the bottom border in one color, one cuff in another. The
Right.
other,
She
just
had fun with it. Yeah.
exactly.
And used
So
up her
there's no
yarn.
right or wrong.
Yeah, but we thought that was cute. And the tin lina is a nice fingering weight cotton linen, which is lovely to wear. It is not heavy at all.
No, and
Especially
it's a
if
great
you're-
alternative
yeah.
to wool. It's
Mhm.
cotton, linen, and viscose.
That's what the Yumi behind me is knit in. That's knit in the tin lina. So there you go. Oh, we do have another thing, Dina. I didn't realize that.
The woven shadows. You
That
guys
was
tired?
it.
Should we
Oh.
stop? This was a kit that we actually mentioned on Friday.
We can
on
show you
Instagram.
quickly. A customer sent me
Messaged
a
Pam.
DM and said, "Oh, I love this. Just came across this. I'd love to make it." And so, of course, I had to look it up.
It's called Woven Shadows. The designer is Yumiko Alexander. She's from Dando. It's a company, and they used 100% linen yarn,
Mm-hmm.
and we used linen and linen
Cotton.
cotton. We're offering 3 different fibers to make the kit.
Mm-hmm.
You can use it in this paper content. It's got 41% paper, 31% cotton, and 28% silk. And if you look closely, you can see that there's the paper is probably the base inside, and the silk and the cotton is what's wrapped around it.
And it is knit on a large needle. I believe it's knit on a size 10. So they're taking a yarn. I'm trying to remember now from last week. Was it a I know they're getting a 14 stitch gauge on a 10 needle, but the yarn they're using is a DK weight yarn. Am I correct in saying it's yes, it's DK weight yarn. So again, it's like, I'm going to get the to Shane.
And just in case you're thinking about, actually, I would recommend looking up the pattern before you start. This here, she's got 3 options for the top. One is called the sleeveless, which is actually not featured here. Our kits are include enough yarn to knit the sleeveless version. So we're going to bring that up and show it to you. This is her T sleeve, which is actually a very short sleeve, similar to the one that we just showed you. And this one here is called the 3/4 sleeves. And if you chose for a sleeve option, again, you would need to purchase or request additional yarn. And let me see, while Pam is pulling up all the colors, I'm going to show you the sleeveless option.
So the first yarn that Dina showed you was the Vine from Shibui. So the options in that are Bone, Abyss, and Twilight, which is such 3 pretty colors. So again, these are all yarns we were saying, and what I went to pull over was the Deshane, because the Deshane was a similar piece. It was knit in one of the yarns we're going to show you, but you can see how it has such great drape because it's knit at that 14 stitch gauge on a 10 needle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we use this as a layering piece over like
Love it.
summer dresses and things like that. You can put a tank under it. It's lovely. So we wanted to show that to you so you could get a feel for the kind of drape that the piece would have.
No, you're fine. This is the sleeveless version.
Love that.
Very much like similar to what Pam is wearing.
Yep.
She told you her top has no sleeves. It's the same here. It's a cap sleeve created by just dividing from the fronts and backs at the armhole. Mm-hmm. Actually, in this particular case, you're knitting it from side to side. So you're knitting it from side seam to side seam. So I think what's happening here is you're actually just seaming a partial seam. A partial seam allowing an opening for the armhole. I'm not sure the detail up at the shoulders, but it's super cute. Again, the direction of the knitting is going sideways. Very pretty. Woven shadows.
So we showed you the Shibui Vine in the 3 colors. And then another yarn that we used is Nina. Now Nina is, I think it's 77 cotton, 77 linen, 23 cotton. And if you had, what was the size? This comes in 3 sizes, I believe, right? Finished, 40 and a half, 46 and a half, no, 4 sizes.
4 sizes,
52 or 58.
The Nina went to 52, I think.
Correct. And now she also says, I mean, again, it's oversized. So you're wearing it with a lot of positive ease. So again, you can decide how you would like to do it. But with this one, you can go to 52. Which is quite a bit of positive ease. And these are the colors we have available. It's like a light denim, a berry, and a great taupey color.
If I'm not mistaken, on the website, when I listed this product, all the different fibers are listed on one page. Mm-hmm. But I did write next to the color option what size it can go up to.
Correct.
So there wouldn't, if you needed more yarn, you could request it, and if we can make that happen, we will, but that'll be a conversation.
And again, we kitted these as the sleeveless kits. So just
yes,
keep that
it's the
mind.
Sleeveless option.
Correct. And the other way that we did it was with the yarn that was in the top I just showed you, the
Lino. So
Lino.
the Deshane, which is, I don't know where it is.
It's right behind you.
Oh,
here it is. That's it.
This yarn here. So this is knit to the proper gauge. You can see it's a little bit sheer. It's got a lovely drape. This is Lino, and we have these options. I believe the mustard sold.
Oh, I thought we had more to do. More mustard.
No,
we don't. Okay.
They've sold as Deshanes.
Okay.
Somebody bought it a la carte.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's no more mustard, but we have the raisin, I believe.
Oh, didn't I pull it over?
No. Well, that's this color here.
The raisin is the color in Dina's hand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have these colors. Very pretty. So they're all available on the website. Woven Shadows. The designer is Yumiko Alexander. And I believe somebody asked, can you block linen? You definitely can block linen. It actually blocks beautifully.
It does, yeah.
It's a lovely yarn. Sometimes people find that it can be a little bit coarse in the hand when you're knitting it. but wearing it is the best.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah, it's worth the.
Yes.
I won't say it's a struggle,
Oh, I
but
don't think it's a struggle.
no, it's like knitting with a cord or maybe a twine, so it's not a squishy.
See,
lofty.
to me, I don't find it as bad as cotton.
Interesting.
I don't find it as bad as cotton. Now, if you did twig from Shibui, that's a little rough.
Yeah, it's
coarse.
That's
a
because
little
of the
coarse.
texture.
Correct.
Right.
But still, it's a great thing
I
to
love
knit with.
twig.
I love twig. It's
I
nice
know.
yarn. Nice yarn.
Love twig. What is the
Anyway.
black jumper, please? Which black jumper?
Jumper. Is there anything behind it?
Not
that's
sure.
black?
Let us know which jumper you're referring to.
Maybe what Dina's wearing.
This is from Uniqlo. It's a
don't
t-shirt
know.
dress.
Let's see.
I don't know. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but let us know and we'll try to get that answered. I think that's it. I can't believe it's so late, Pam.
What time
it's
is it?
8:15. I told my husband I'd be
it's
home at 8. I'm yawning away. I didn't have my coffee. The one you just held up.
Oh, this one.
Oh,
You
the
talking about
espresso.
this one?
This one. This
Yeah.
is called Deshane.
It's my favorite color.
DESCHAIN. It's by
I'll tell you. Give me a minute. We should know that. We should know who it's by. How many of these we've made in the shop?
I'm drawing a blank. Hi there.
I'll tell you in a second.
I can't believe her name's escaping me. We've done this for so many years. This is a fabulous top. We have a few colors in the Deshane.
Lila Raven.
Thank you. I was going to say Layla Robbie.
Yeah, that
but
used to be her name.
Right,
She
she changed her name.
Here, and this is it.
Super cute. It's got a scalloped edge at the bottom, which is a function of the suede. And this is another time where I did not read the directions properly. I made a front and a back alike. In the original pattern, she has a plain stockinette back. So in the back, it actually is just straight across while you have this detail of the dip in the front.
And I will say, when we made this, we did add an additional repeat in the front end.
Yes, we made ours longer. We didn't care for
We didn't crop it as much as she cropped it.
Yes, we did the second size. And if I'm not mistaken, the second size with an extra repeat was 6 skeins.
6 skeins.
6 skeins.
Yeah.
And don't be alarmed. This has a very wide.
It is wide, but it
finished
doesn't
bust.
appear wide when you wear it.
Right, because it's so drapey, it just hangs down and it has a beautiful drape flow.
And when I did mine with a stockinette back. But what I did do is I put in some short rows because otherwise the back is straight. Right? Is that what I did?
Yes, you did. She did a modification. You can find it on her Ravelry page.
Correct, I did.
I think you liked the dip, but you didn't want the feather and fan in the back.
Correct.
Right. Pam had to be different, as did I.
Well, you know what they say? Sometimes the mistakes turn out to be the best thing, you know? If you were trying to do it, you couldn't do it.
Right.
But you make a mistake. And
it's funny. There were a lot of people that actually
did it that way.
Yeah.
We've sold a lot of Deshanes. Remember when Lisa, before the pandemic, Lisa was ready to pull her hair out because we were finishing so many Deshanes.
I think we had all our mannequins wearing the Deshanes. It was so funny. There were like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah. And it was great. They were great colors. We had khaki, you did black and the raisin.
The espresso.
Right. Lovely colors.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great top. So that is our story for today. We had some fabulous FOs. We hope you enjoyed. If you don't subscribe already, please hit the subscribe button. I don't think we shared where you can find us, but you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and Facebook at The Knitting Place.
You can find me at anything else? Facebook?
Ravelry.
You're on Facebook too. I'm Pam Sapp on Ravelry and Instagram, and Pam Sapienza on Facebook.
Yes.
And we have to say our Zoom is this weekend.
We have our final
Thursday,
Zoom
right?
Final Zoom for the lovely tea is coming up. It's going to be this Thursday. You should find a link on Facebook or emailed by Kimberly. We're looking forward to that.
Although we haven't finished it, we're still looking forward to it.
Yes.
It's so fun. I mean, it's just mindless knitting at this point because it's straight down.
Right. If I didn't have the challenge, I would have been knitting that all weekend.
Exactly. That's why I said to Dina.
Because I finished my Fluxus. It's my deadlines that are throwing me off.
That are throwing you off.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you squeeze them in when you can. But I will tell you, I am casting something new on.
I finished 2 projects and I didn't cast something new.
Well, you're
Oh,
gonna,
now I can.
now you
Fluxus, and I finished the Stria.
We finished the Stria, correct?
But I'm not
Yeah.
casting on, I
Well-
think, until I finish one more.
Okay, no,
I'm
well,
really
I
gonna
can
get a
cast
clean
on. I
slate.
have to see which one I want to cast on. There were 2 things I wanted to. I can't remember what the second one is now. I don't remember.
Are you still knitting summer? When do you actually
Yes.
switch over?
I am still
That's a good
knitting
question.
summer. I am still knitting summer. I did think about that though,
Right?
and I was thinking about the beach cardi. You know the beach cardi. Winter's,
Yes.
What is it? Winter's Beach. What is
Mhm.
it called? Winter's
Beach.
Because I have that yarn. I'm thinking, what should I do with it? I did. You know what some people did with it? They did a gambit.
That's cute.
That's cute, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
Well, you mentioned you want to knit the gambit. That
Yeah,
would be
but I don't know if I
perfect.
want to do that.
Too light?
Yeah,
Maybe it's too light.
Maybe it's too light.
I think I agree with you.
Yeah, and then I found another one that was cute, but I didn't kind of like the neckline on it. So I'll see. I'm still searching. A DK weight cardigan. Any suggestions? Throw
Leave
them
a
down
comment.
below. A nice DK weight cardigan.
So, Pam, last comment. I love that top. I came late. I'm sure you spoke about it. We certainly did. And I think for the finale, we'll have Pam do a final twirl.
It's
called Loop Tee.
I used Lena from
Samuel's
Garn. It has the
Look at
cable
that twist.
detail going down the side, cable down the side. Let
So
me turn around.
just wait, hold on for 1 second, Pam. Extend your arm for a moment. The loop is this. The cable. So this
Oh, I
is
look
your
so
pattern.
fat.
Oh,
my
stop it.
God.
This is your twist here, and then it creates a loop. Do you see that? This twist is divided, and it's the
Yeah.
loop for the armhole.
For the armhole.
Super cute.
And the back is
Another fabulous detail. I'm going to show that there's a short V, short rows along the armhole, not armhole, shoulder slant, and this is done with a 3 needle binder off. Now, Pam did modify. Check her Ravelry page.
I
Give
changed
her
the
her
short
heart.
rows, and you've got a
Yes.
great cable detail up on the edge here. That's it.
There you have
Your
it.
finishing was a 3 needle bind off and weaving in your ends. Can you beat that? No. You can't.
Really
You
nothing.
can't.
No sleeves, no neckline. Honestly, you had no finishing except ends.
No, just ends.
No wonder she's smiling.
You wonder why it's done. That's why
I've
it's
got
done.
ends, and
Oh,
I don't
I
think I'll
know.
ever weave them in.
That's got a million ends in it. And really, I thought to myself, I should
don't know
weave them in
do
as
I-
I'm doing
Do I
it.
need to? I should weave them in.
You should weave.
Weave
You should.
them in.
You should. But you
It'd
know,
be like Stephen
it's
West.
going to be like that. Yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys. Good night.
We have to go home. It's late.
Yes, we're starting to get giddy. So long, everyone.
Good night.
How do you end here?
Yep.
Bye.
There you go.
Okay.